The U.S. Park Police, the oldest federal law enforcement agency in this country, responsible for protecting some of our most beloved parks and landmarks in D.C., San Francisco, as well as New York.
Well, now, for the first time in its 230-year history, the agency has a black female police chief, and her name is Chief Pamela Smith, and we are lucky enough to have her with us now. Welcome, Chief Smith. Congratulations, Chief Smith. Obviously, this is an incredible opportunity for you to pave the way for so many others. What do you plan to do with this position?
It's certainly a historic moment for our organization and our agency. And as a leader within the organization, it is certainly my intent to ensure that I focus on the support and development of our workforce, that we continue to engage in public service and engage with our communities, and certainly enhancing our relevant use of technology.
And look, and you're getting right to work. You said coming in that one of the things you wanted to do within the first 90 days, you wanted body cameras for everybody there within that first 90 days. Where are you on that initiative?
Well, obviously, I'm almost in week two. I'm in week two. Week two, one day. It is my intent to implement the program in the San Francisco field office first. We're 2 weeks in. We're certainly working on our policies, and we're just looking forward to implementing the program out there. I do plan to travel to the San Francisco field office here shortly. I will bring the cameras with me, and we will stand up that program within my first 90 days, as I stated to the public. It will also be my intent to implement the program across the force by the end of this calendar year. You know, I certainly believe that having body-worn cameras will enhance our public transparency in the law enforcement communities that we serve. It will also provide objective evidence, but more importantly, it will document the officers' actions while performing their duties. But I also believe that it is one of the many steps that I must take as a leader of this organization to build trust and credibility with the public that we serve.
And Chief, let's talk about those other steps, because as I know you're well aware, the Park Police has been under criticism for controversial shootings. The 2017 Park Police shooting in Virginia of an unarmed man. Then, of course, more recently, what we saw happen in Washington, D.C. with those protesters being pushed aside to make way for President Trump's photo shoot. Other than body cameras, what else do you plan to put into place to create that transparency that this agency so desperately needs?
Well, you know, I also plan to re-engage our efforts with our community. I believe that we will continue, as we had before, to meet the needs of our communities with sensitivity, with professionalism. We will hold ourselves accountable to each other and to the citizens that we serve. It is my intent to also implement our mobile data terminals and hopefully in-car cameras somewhere in the near future. But it is certainly, I think, the first initiative is to really, after the restrictions are lifted as it relates to the pandemic, to really re-engage our community so that we can establish that trust.
23 years with the agency. Clearly, already people can tell you are getting right to work. But take a moment for me and think about that little girl from a little town called Pine Bluff, Arkansas, who has now risen to the point you've been to be a first in an agency that's 200+ years old. Just reflect for a moment on being able to be in the position you're in.
TJ, that is a great question. And, you know, for the past 2 weeks, I have resonated over that. I think about the times when I was a little girl in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and I don't want to take you to church this morning, but if you don't mind,
Let's go.
I can say a few words about a familiar passage of scripture in Philippians 4:13 that has always resonated with me, where it says, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." And in my effort to become a leader within this organization, I've oftentimes thought I would never rise above the city limits of Pine Bluff, Arkansas. But I am so grateful and I am so honored and privileged to have this opportunity to serve in this capacity. But what I also want to share with you, TJ and Amy, is that in 1941, Beatrice Ball became the first female park police officer in the United States Park Police. I believe that she paved the way for women in this agency. I also believe that, and I note that there are women who have served in critical law enforcement positions within this agency, and I am only standing on the shoulders of those women who have paved the way. And it is my hope that someone who sits in another city or a place or a location who did not have hopes and dreams like I didn't, that I will become an inspiration to them for this next generation.
Chief Smith, you come back here anytime, and we expect you to bring church with you now, every time you come, all right? So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
We cannot say it enough. Congratulations. It's an absolute pleasure and honor to have you here with us, and be sure you come back here anytime, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
What an honor to have someone so inspirational leading so many. So we are so happy for her, and congratulations again, right?
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.